This video is going to go through an example of finding the x and y components of a vector given its magnitude and direction. We want to find the x and y components of vector d, which is 32 meters long, at 215 degrees. In order to separate out the x and y components of the vector, we will need to use a little trigonometry. First, we are going to draw a rough sketch of this vector to help us visualize what we have going on. An angle of 215 degrees will be located in quadrant 3. We are also going to use the acute angle between the horizontal and our displacement vector for our calculations. That way, the x component will always be found using the cosine function, and the y component will always be found using the sine function. The angle we need can be found by taking 215 degrees and subtracting 180 degrees. This gives us an angle of 35 degrees. Now, to find the x component of vector d, we will take the magnitude of vector d and multiply that by the cosine of the acute angle alpha. We then have 32 meters multiplied by the cosine of 35 degrees. The magnitude of the x component is then 26 2/10 meters. In our last step, we need to check the sign of our vector. Since the x component is pointing left, we need to change the sign to a negative 26 2/10 meter. To find the y component, we need to take the magnitude of d and multiply that by the sine of alpha, our acute angle. Substituting in our values, we have 32 meters multiplied by the sine of 35 degrees. This gives us a magnitude of d to be 18 4/10 meter. However, since vector d is pointing down, d sub y is negative 18 4/10 meter. This concludes our example of finding the x and y components of a vector.